Hey there everyone, welcome back. I finished up grinding all my characters to about level 12. And obviously you don't need to do this because I suspect that your main party will be around that level. I'm just doing this for all my characters because I like to show, well, all the characters and how they play in this playthrough. Okay, for starters, we've learnt some new moves on all our characters, so let's take a look at them. Okay, this is one of the moves Alice learned. Yep. Okay, I do believe that this is a party-wide skill. And what happens is that in battle, if you use it, you select one element. Either fire, ice, lightning, or ground. And I do believe that this will shield against that particular element. I haven't used this myself, to be quite honest. Okay, what's this skill do? Oh, if you have a party member that's on red HP, or party members, what happens is that this will ensure that those members with red HP will not die unless Alice goes down first. So it can be quite useful at times. However, be aware that status effects like poison will still kill your party members, even though if this is active. Okay, that's sorted out. Let's put my actual skill back on. There we go. Next character, Sakia. I think she just learned one new skill, which is this. It's a standard attack, but it has a chance of decreasing defensive or physical defense on a target. You might also note that I also have another skill here. This attacks one column. I got the skill by investing more points into Saki's two-handed sword skill tree. Moving on. Okay, Byakuran learnt a few things. This spell right here can cause petrification on a single target. Okay, this increases your status resistance by a lot, by a single target. It's not that great considering you'd want status resistance on all your party members. Anyway, she also learnt two more debuffs. Okay, this decreases status resistance and the induction status on a target. Nope, not that one. This one? Nope. This one, okay. And this debuff decreases accuracy and evasion on a target. Marissa learnt one new spell. It is the fire AoE. It costs one bomb. That's it. Sane, I don't think she learned anything. Nope, she didn't learn anything. Okay, moving on. Aya learnt two new moves. This one. Okay, I do believe that this spell, if Aya uses it on a target, the selected target will take their turn in place of Aya's turn. So, yeah, not really that useful, but what are you going to do? Okay, this has a chance of inducing blind on a target. Raimi learnt one new spell. I do believe this removes debuffs. Yeah, the variety status effect, which is your debuffs. Okay, Mako doesn't learn anything, so that's easy. Okay, Patchouli learned two field effects, which have to do with manipulating the land. I guess I'll explain this possibly in the stage 5 boss fight, I guess. So just hang on a little bit longer. I'll explain about land until then. Oh wait, there's one more character, isn't there? Yeah, Nitori. She learnt two new chaser skills. We have the fire chaser and the lightning chaser. I've already explained the ice chaser before in the previous video. So these two chasers, obviously for that particular element. And that's it. Okay, as for the boss battle itself, Oku and Orin, they hit pretty hard. So you can either try to decrease the damage done by using Sane's defensive buff, or you could try to have someone like Alice take the brunt of the attacks. I'll be using a combination of both of these tactics because this will also give me a chance to display what Alice can do in battle. I guess the other thing you need to watch out for is to make sure that none of your party members die, otherwise Orin will bring them back and they will cause a lot of grief. And I think that's about it for the boss fight. Alright, Mega Flare. I'll explain how to get around this move in battle. As for my party, as you can see, I'm going to use Alice, Sakia, Byakuren, Marissa, and Sane for this boss fight. As for equipment, well, you don't really need that much. As you can see, Alice is equipped with defensive gear and a very good shield. It has a wide coverage and it has a good chance of activation. Sakia, just put on whatever you have, but make sure that you have an accessory that gives you pretty good resistance against blind, because I do believe Orin does have a attack that does cause blind, so make sure you're protected on your melee attacker, and that's additional attack power and some extra resistance against fire for, well, why not. Byakuren doesn't really need anything because she's just going to be nuking Oku because she's weak to light attacks. Marissa doesn't really need any accessories either. Sane doesn't really need any either, but as you can see, I put on this fire robe that I found in stage 3 because sometimes you can be attacked by fire in this boss fight, so that's why that's there. And I'm using this dagger which I got from the vending machine. It increases HP and MP by a little bit, by 10% rather. This also allows Sane to use a shield. As for skill trees, for Alice, shove everything into this skill tree. Anything left over, just shove it into her defensive stats skill tree, because, well, she's going to be being attacked by a lot. That made a lot of sense. English very well today. Sorry. Sakia, to shove everything into the two-handed sword skill tree, you should be fine. As you can see, I got quite a lot of power points because I grinded up all my characters a little bit. You might not have this much, but it doesn't really matter. You should still be able to do this fight fairly easily. Byakuren, I just shoved everything into her scroll skill tree, and leftover points went into here. Marissa is a bit of a mixed bag. Put some points into her rod skill tree to get some extra magic attack and MP. Shove most of my points into the elemental skill tree to increase my damage, and then everything else into the mushroom. Sane, okay, you mainly want to concentrate on her buffing skill tree because you want to have your defensive buff as strong as possible and last as long as possible, as well as having it out as soon as possible as well. This is her healing skill tree. Attacks in this boss fight will hurt, so investing a couple points here will not be a bad idea. Aya. My commander is Aya for this boss fight, because the way I'm going to deal with Mega Flare is going to be pretty awesome. So I'm going to invest in this skill tree to get as many bombs as possible. Okay, that's all sorted out. Let's start. Oh, my formation. I'm using this formation because I do believe that the character in the middle will be more likely to be attacked, which is why I place Alice there, because she has good HP and defenses. She'll be able to actually survive attacks, which is why she's in the middle. Okay, now all of that sorted out, let's actually start.